Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. While this quote celebrates prioritizing values over fear, it may oversimplify courage by making it seem like a mere choice. True courage involves a complex interplay of emotions, reasons, and circumstances, not just a single moment of decision. It's important to recognize your fears and understand them rather than just prioritize something over them. Courage involves continuous self-awareness and emotional management. Work on understanding why you feel fearful and develop strategies to manage these emotions effectively. Do one thing every day that scares you. This advice pushes us towards constant discomfort in the name of growth, potentially ignoring our mental health and limits. Constant exposure to stress may not be beneficial and can lead to burnout or anxiety. Balance is key. Instead of daily challenging your fears, allocate time to reflect on these experiences and recover emotionally. Growth also comes from knowing when to rest and when to push your boundaries. Fortune favors the brave. This adage might lead us to believe that bravery alone attracts success, disregarding the roles of preparation, opportunity, and sheer luck. Not all acts of bravery are rewarded, and some may result in significant losses. Be strategically brave. Consider the risks and rewards of your actions. Sometimes, the braver act is in thoughtful waiting and preparation rather than in rushing into action. Take risks. If you win, you will be happy. If you lose, you will be wise. This dichotomy oversimplifies the outcomes of taking risks, ignoring the potential for neither happiness nor wisdom, especially when risks lead to devastating consequences. Evaluate risks carefully. Ensure you have a safety net and learn from each experience, regardless of the outcome. Risk-taking should be calculated, not just a leap of faith. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. This quote might pressure us into constant thrill-seeking, discounting the value of stability and routine. Not everyone's adventure looks the same, and for some, peace and predictability are their adventure. Define what adventure means to you, whether it's traveling the world or learning a new skill at home. Respect your need for stability as much as your desire for excitement. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. This statement might glorify failure without acknowledging that some failures have steep costs, both emotionally and financially, without guaranteed rewards. Prepare to fail, but also plan to minimize your losses. Set clear, achievable goals and know when to cut your losses and redirect your efforts. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. This quote might make us believe that fear is the only barrier to achieving our desires, overlooking other significant factors such as resources, timing, and external circumstances. Work to understand what holds you back besides fear. Develop a comprehensive plan to address these barriers methodically, including skills development and resource acquisition. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. While action is necessary, this saying underestimates the importance of planning and timing. Sometimes, contemplation and preparation are just as crucial as the act of crossing. Combine action with preparation. Plan your route, prepare for obstacles, and then take that informed step forward. Action without foresight is less likely to succeed. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. This hyperbolic statement may undervalue the achievements made through cautious strategy and careful planning. Not all risks are worth taking, and not all achievements require risk. Assess the value of risk-taking in your personal and professional life. Sometimes, the best approach is careful planning and persistence. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for. This metaphor encourages constant exploration at the expense of recognizing when safety and preservation are necessary. Ships also need maintenance and rest. Balance exploration with preservation. Know when to venture out and when to stay docked for necessary repairs and rest to ensure your longevity and resilience. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Twain's perspective on courage can make it seem as if mastering fear is a definitive state to be achieved. However, fear is not always something to be conquered. Sometimes, it's a necessary signal that safeguards us. Understand and respect your fears as natural responses, not just obstacles to overcome. Develop techniques to manage fear constructively, allowing it to inform but not control your actions. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. While this quote emphasizes innovation, it may underestimate the value of stability and risk assessment in sustaining long-term success. Not all environments or situations warrant high risks. Balance risk with caution. Analyze potential risks and benefits thoroughly before making decisions, especially when stability has its own rewards. It is only by risking our persons from one hour to another that we live at all. This quote glorifies constant risk-taking, potentially leading to reckless behavior. Living fully doesn't always require risk. It can also mean being prudent and thoughtful. Recognize when taking risks is beneficial and when it might be harmful. Find a balance that allows you to live fully without unnecessary danger. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. This advice risks romanticizing the unconventional, possibly discouraging satisfaction with the ordinary, which can be fulfilling and meaningful. Consider what ordinary means to you and why it might actually be valuable. Evaluate risks realistically, not just for the sake of avoiding the ordinary, but to enhance your well-being. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. This sentiment can create undue pressure to seize every opportunity, regardless of readiness or suitability. Regret can also stem from actions taken, not just those avoided. Reflect on your decisions from a place of learning, not regret. Take chances when you are ready, and understand that thoughtful inaction can be just as valuable as action. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. While motivating, this quote simplifies outcomes, ignoring that not all shots are worth taking and some can lead to negative consequences. Evaluate which shots are worth your effort. It's not about the quantity of attempts, but the quality and timing of the opportunities you pursue. Be brave. Take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. Qualo encourages a bold approach to life, but it's essential to remember that some experiences can be harmful or unproductive. Seek out experiences that offer growth without unnecessary risks. Learning can also come from observation, mentorship, and study, not just personal trial. Leap, and the net will appear. This quote suggests a magical thinking that might not hold in reality, where leaping without looking can lead to dire consequences. Prepare diligently before you leap. Ensure there is a net in the form of a backup plan or support system. Courage is the power to let go of the familiar. While letting go can be powerful, this quote doesn't acknowledge the importance of the familiar, which can provide necessary stability and comfort. Evaluate when it is truly beneficial to let go, and recognize the value in what is already working well for you. Change for the sake of change isn't always wise. Take calculated risks. That is quite different from being rash. Patton distinguishes between calculated risks and rash actions. Yet the challenge remains in the calculation itself, which can be subjective and prone to bias. Improve your risk assessment skills by seeking diverse inputs and learning from past outcomes. Careful planning and consultation can turn a risk into a well-prepared venture. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. To not dare is to lose oneself. Kierkegaard equates daring with self-preservation, but this can obscure the value of caution and deliberation. Not all moments of restraint are losses of self. They can be acts of wisdom. Recognize when daring aligns with your goals and values, and when it's better to hold back. Losing one's footing should not be a habitual risk, but a calculated decision when the potential gain outweighs the risk. Great deeds are usually wrought at great risks. This maxim glorifies risk without acknowledging the many quiet, small deeds that contribute significantly to great outcomes without obvious risk. Appreciate both the bold and the subtle contributions to great achievements. Not all significant deeds require visible risk, and many are the result of persistent, low-risk effort. You have to be brave and take risks. You don't have a lot of time. You have nothing to lose. Cain's urgency may push unnecessary risk-taking by underestimating what can be lost. Time is precious, but so is thoughtful consideration of consequences. Assess what you actually have to lose and manage risks accordingly. Rushing because of perceived time scarcity can lead to unwise decisions. He who dares wins. This straightforward dictum oversimplifies success, ignoring that many who dare also fail and learn from their failures. Balance daring with preparation. Winning involves understanding when to take risks and when to play it safe, recognizing that both daring and caution can be paths to victory. Do not be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. While Emerson encourages experimentation, this advice could lead to disregard for the consequences of one's actions, undermining the need for responsibility. Experiment with awareness of the potential impacts. Responsible experimentation combines the courage to try new things with the prudence to mitigate risks. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. This encouragement to pursue greatness can lead to undervaluing the good already present in one's life, creating dissatisfaction with what may actually be fulfilling. Weigh the good you have against the great you seek. Ensure that the pursuit of greatness does not overshadow the appreciation and potential growth within your current situation. Adventure is worthwhile. While Aesop champions adventure, it's important to remember that what constitutes an adventure varies widely, and not all adventures are suited for everyone. Define what adventure means for you and pursue it within the bounds of your comfort and interest. Adventure should be enriching, not merely thrilling. The person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, and becomes nothing. This quote may unjustly demean the contentment and achievements of those who prefer stability and cautious growth over high-stakes risks. Evaluate personal growth and achievement on your own terms. Risk should be taken for meaningful advancement, not for its own sake. One doesn't discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore for a very long time. Gide romanticizes exploration at the expense of acknowledging the value of safe harbors and the wisdom in sometimes staying within sight of the shore. Venture out when you are ready and able, but also cherish the safety and knowledge that your shore provides. Balance exploration with the benefits of groundedness. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. This quote promotes bold action, but it overlooks the merits of those who achieve significant outcomes without drastic ventures. Understand the seas you intend to navigate. Prepare thoroughly, and choose your moments of courage based on informed decisions rather than impulsive bravery. If you do not step forward, you will always remain in the same place. While this statement champions progress through action, it overlooks the value of thoughtful pause and reflection, which can also lead to growth, not just physical stepping forward. Consider the direction before you step. Progress is not only about movement, but about making informed decisions that align with your goals and values. If you don't take risks, you can't create a future. This quote simplifies the complexity of future creation, suggesting that risk is the only path forward, which can undervalue safer, more calculated approaches. Future creation involves a blend of risk-taking and strategic planning. Ensure that any risks are balanced with informed decisions to build a stable future. He who dares to take risks will accomplish the impossible. While daring can lead to great achievements, this statement may falsely promise the impossible, setting unrealistic expectations for risk takers. Approach risks with a realistic perspective. Understand what is achievable and focus on setting feasible goals, preparing well to increase your success rate. Courage is the commitment to begin without any guarantee of success. Goethe's view on courage is commendable, yet starting without foresight can lead to unnecessary failures. Courage also involves knowing when to wait for the right moment. Commit to your starts wisely. Evaluate potential outcomes and ensure you have sufficient resources and strategies in place to pivot if necessary. Risk more than others think is safe. Dream more than others think is practical. Schultz encourages breaking norms, but excessive risk and impractical dreams can lead to disappointment or failure without proper grounding. Aim high, but keep your dreams and risks within the realm of what you can reasonably manage and sustain. Align your aspirations with actionable steps. Take risks in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you lose, you can guide. This quote promotes resilience, but could oversimplify the outcomes of risk-taking. Both leading and guiding require skills beyond simply winning or losing. Whether leading or guiding, focus on gaining insights and skills from each experience. Use these learnings to enhance your ability to influence and inspire others. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. While this can be true, the emphasis on big risks can overshadow the successes achievable through small, consistent actions. Consider when a big risk is truly warranted and prepare thoroughly. Sometimes smaller, consistent steps can lead to significant achievements without the potential fallout from larger risks. You must lose a fly to catch a trout, Herbert's metaphor rightly suggests sacrifice, but it's important to assess whether the potential gain is worth the loss, which this saying takes for granted. Evaluate the value of what you're willing to lose against what you aim to gain. Not all trades are beneficial, and some losses are irreplaceable. Don't let the fear of losing be greater than the excitement of winning. While intended to motivate, this could encourage risky behavior without considering the consequences of loss fully. Balance your fear and excitement with rational decision-making. Ensure that the potential benefits of winning outweigh the risks of losing. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. Twain's nostalgic perspective might pressure unnecessary actions, not accounting for the wisdom in choosing an action or caution when appropriate. Reflect on your decisions with consideration of both action and inaction as valid choices. Focus on making decisions that align with your long-term goals and values, rather than just action for action's sake. If you don't take the risk, you'll never know what could have been. This quote might push unnecessary risk-taking by romanticizing unknown outcomes. Not knowing what could have been is sometimes a consequence of careful choice, not a missed opportunity. Weigh potential risks against the value of certainty. Sometimes, the best decision is to maintain your current path, especially if it aligns with your long-term goals. Freedom lies in being bold. Frost celebrates boldness, but equating freedom solely with boldness can undermine the freedom found in deliberation and caution. Find your own version of freedom that includes being bold when necessary, but also values reflection and prudence. True freedom involves choosing your actions based on what suits you best, not just a single attribute. Don't be afraid to take a big step if one is indicated. You can't cross a chasm in 2 small jumps. While encouraging decisive action, this quote might lead to overlooking the benefits of incremental progress in situations where one big step carries too much risk. Assess when a big step is necessary and prepare adequately for it. Sometimes, careful planning and smaller steps are more suitable for achieving long-term success. Take risks, ask big questions, take action. Sharma's directive urges boldness, but might not emphasize the importance of thoughtful action and the need to evaluate the implications of those risks. While taking risks, ensure your actions are informed. Asking big questions is crucial, but so is seeking answers before leaping into action. Sometimes you just have to throw caution to the wind and take risks. This advice might encourage reckless behavior by devaluing the importance of caution, which can be as critical as risk-taking in certain contexts. Balance impulsiveness with caution. Understand when it's truly beneficial to take a risk, and do not undervalue the protective benefits of careful planning. If you dare nothing, then, when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. Gaiman's call to action intends to motivate, but might not recognize the intrinsic value of introspection and non-action, which can also lead to significant gains. Value both action and inaction. Sometimes, the best gain is the wisdom obtained through observation and reflection, not just through daring deeds. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. This metaphorical advice promotes exploration, but overlooks the value of maintaining a safe return path, which can be crucial depending on the context. Prepare adequately for your ventures. It's wise to explore but also keep track of where you started, allowing for a safe retreat or return if needed. The greatest risk in life is not taking one. This hyperbolic statement might pressure continuous risk-taking, ignoring the times when avoiding risks can lead to better outcomes. Evaluate the risks you take against the stability you need. Not all risks are worth taking. Some are better left aside for greater security and peace of mind. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. While Pierce highlights an essential aspect of creativity, the fear of being wrong can also be a guiding tool, helping us refine our ideas and work. Embrace the possibility of being wrong as a part of the creative process. However, use this fear constructively to challenge and improve your ideas rather than letting it stifle your creativity.